Hello. Shalom, shalom. How are you? It's very, very nice to be with you again. It's Aaron. It's unbelievable, but it's the third episode.
Third episode. Absolutely. Good things come in threes.
Crazy. You know that I am a crazy rabbi. I am a crazy person. So this kind of ideas are really crazy. And today, with a huge happiness on my heart, I like to tell you that today we are going to talk about something that for me is very important. That is Israel, hope, light, and unity. And please don't be worried that we are not going to do politics. I am not a political man, not political man, because I am not a politic man. That I don't like to talk to say if someone is correct or not. It's not my point. But we are really happy with all the things that happened this week. So let me introduce, because we have three guests that are they are very nice, and I like them very much. So let me introduce first of them is Noga Yaniv. She's 18 years old. She's from Kfar Saba, and Noga has been part of a community in Ranana, not Kfar Saba, that is on the side of Kfar Saba. Ruach Amitai, that is a Tnuat Noar, this is a youth group, and the Keilah, the community, is a conservative community. So, Noga, very welcome.
Thank you.
And I have on my left side, Yarden Lahan, also 18 years old, from Kiryat Oto. What is exactly Kiryat Oto?
Kiryat Ono is it's a city. It's near Tel Aviv. It's like 30 minutes from Tel Aviv.
Okay, so
Both central.
Yes, I understand that. And she participates in the Israel Scouts Youth Movement, and you are going to tell us after. That is the largest youth movement in Israel. And you know to draw and making art? Really?
You can say that.
So, wow, great. So, perfect. So we need to talk about the later.
Of course.
So, and the third one is also from the same area.
Tel Aviv suburbs,
It's in the center. No far from that she's not 18, but, but she's 33.
33.
Okay, and she is from Petah Tikva in Israel. About 7 years, more or less, she moved to Virginia Beach with her husband and two kids. That they are Ben's colleagues, right?
Yep, they're 5 and 6.
Yeah. So and she has been with the United Jewish Federation of Tidewater for almost 6 years, and she serves as the Israel Engagement Manager, right?
Yep.
So we are going to talk about all of that, but let me tell you something. When we talk about Israel, it's something that also goosebumps. It's unbelievable. I always say that my blood here is blue and white with the David Star, the Star David on the middle. You know, it's not red blood. It's like the flag of Israel.
Yeah.
So yes, I am very proud to have Israel as our country. Even we are living in America, or I am coming from Argentina. The point is, like, Israel is the place to be there. And if you have ever been there, please, you need to go. You must go, because it's unbelievable. Everything is unbelievable. I don't think anything is bad. Also, if you are taking a harif falafel, that, even I don't like the harif, the spicy. It's very, very good, but you can ask without the harif. So, Noga, yeah, then tell me about you. What are you doing here? Who are you?
So I'm Noga,
I'm Yarden.
and we are here to volunteer with Tidewaters community and to talk and teach about Israel.
And we are working with the whole community. We're working with kids, and we're working with colleges and with nursing homes. And we are talking about Israel. And we're here for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and then we come back.
When did you arrive?
We arrived in August, almost 2 months ago.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
2 months?
That's
No
crazy.
way.
I remember
Crazy.
telling people I got
Time
here 2 days ago, and now it's 2 months. Crazy.
Crazy.
And we're here until next August.
Whoa. And let me tell you something that it's very interesting because we were talking with Noga that Keilat Amitai and Ruach Amitai, where she served like 10 years, or you
I think 11 years.
either
Yeah.
years. So it's the Keilah where I spent a lot time when I was studying in Israel on the year when she was born. Again, it's like a long time ago. Yes, 2007, 2008. I spent my life there, and I studied at the Haifa University, and then in Jerusalem at the Mahon Shechter to receive my rabbinical ordination. So yes, I have many friends, and I hope that Rabbi Gusti.
He's listening right now.
If he's on watching, Gusti,
Hi.
hola, ¿cómo estás? That he's also Argentinian. It's incredible. The Argentinian rabbis are around the world. Yes. So, Noga, tell me about the Ruach Amitai.
So I was in Ruach Amitai, like I said, since first grade. My sister also was there. And it's a really place to meet and amazing people. I have very good friends there. And like you learn about like values and about Judaism. It feels like a family because it's a really small community. Unlike in Argentina, which is a very big community, in Israel it's really small. Even like the youth movement is, I think we're like 60 people total, even with the crew, and it feels like a family because you know everyone and everyone knows you, and you grew up together, and it's an actual like second family. And I'm a guide there. I was a guide there for 2 years, and I enjoyed every second of it. I'm still in touch with the kids I guided, and I miss them a lot. Yeah.
Great. Yarden, tell me about the scout.
Mm-hmm.
How is this movement in Israel?
So the Scouts is the biggest youth movement in Israel. So in my city we have three packs, which is like every part of the city has its own pack, and we are huge and we have a lot of kids. So in my pack we were 400 kids, including the staff, and I've been there since I was in third grade, and I've been a guide there for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an amazing place. It's like a second family. It's bigger, but I have most of my friends are from there, and I absolutely love this place. And I grew up there. All the best memories are from there. Yeah.
Great. And tell me, did you when you were when you lived there, did you participate on this kind of movement?
So I didn't personally, but I know a lot of people that did. And I think that whenever they would go after school and they would go meet up with these kids and do all these fun things, seeing that and being kind of part of it in a separated way and being able to come to community service days or come participate in the things that they lead, it really showed me the amazing side of youth movements in Israel and what all it entails and what all it benefits, how a child can benefit from this. And so seeing them from being kids that participated and were guided by others to then guiding other kids younger than them and being their mentor now and being their leader, it's such an amazing thing to witness. And so I personally didn't get a chance to participate, but being a witness to it really showed its impact on Israel and on Israel's youth.
It's really interesting because I was thinking right now about that. I don't know if the people knows about this kind of movements, because when we are thinking about Israel, the first thing that we are thinking is about the tefillah, how to pray and to go to the Western Wall, to the Kotel Maravi, or okay, let's have fun at Tel Aviv, at the beach in Tel Aviv, or to go to snorkeling at Eilat. Okay, so yes, Israel have another things that are not only this, and it's really, really nice. And let me ask you a very simple questions. Okay, so what is the number for the lottery that it would? No, I am. No, if you need to Jose, if you have the opportunity to tell to us what is the best part of Israel, what are you going to say?
The people.
The people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with
Why?
100%.
The people in Israel are so warm and welcoming, and I think it's something with Jewish people, and a lot of people that live in Israel. Totally, it's like everyone is so welcoming and so warm and family-like, and you can come to a random person in the street, and they'll be the nicest person in the world.
I can share that when I was a little kid, I remember even still that day, every time I went abroad with my family, we would always look for the Israelis, and we were like, oh, look, they're talking Hebrew. And we would come to talk with them, and you're like talking with them. And it's like an Israeli will always be there for another Israeli. It was an amazing, and I still do that till that day. I'm like, oh, look, they're talking Hebrew. Let's talk with them. Like, you can always find Israeli that will be your friends out there.
You know what? This reminds me something that happened to me the second year, because the first year that I live in Israel, I live at the university. And at Haifa University, you have the campus with I don't know how many thousand students living there.
Yeah.
But the second year, I needed to rent an apartment in Jerusalem. So I rented, not an apartment, I rented a room with a kitchen and with a restroom, because you are studying, you don't need a huge house. So for me was totally, I was impressed, because after I signed the rental, I arrived to, the lady gave me the key. I went to pick up my luggage, and when I arrived to the door, I found at the door coffee, cake, and a bamba, of course, and a sticky note saying, if you don't have a place to spend Shabbat, you know that downstairs we will have a Shabbat. So I say,
Wow.
hey, you know what? This is my house. I feel at home. So great, and the people, yes, I am totally agree with that. And what is your favorite food?
My favorite food,
Israeli favorite food.
of course. My Israeli favorite food, I think, is hummus.
Hummus.
The best thing ever.
Where to eat because there is a huge discussion about where is the best hummus. Let me see what
Best hummus here?
Okay.
No, it is
Let's talk about the reality of the hummus.
real one.
Yes, it's not okay. Where?
in my opinion, there is a hummusia in Yahud, which is a city next to where I'm from, and it's called Entebbe.
Yeah.
The best hummus ever. My mom buys the hummus there every Saturday. The
And
best
what do you think about that?
I never
I
tried
love
it, the place. I do like hummus, but my favorite Israeli food is like the Israeli salad.
Uh-huh.
Like really chopped.
Yeah.
I love it. My dad used to make it all the time.
Mm. Nofar?
So you asked that question, and my brain just went to this. No, but this. No, but this. No, but this is my favorite. Every time someone goes to Israel, the thing that I say is eat everything. Everything is delicious. There's not something that they will put in front of you that's not delicious. So whether it's the restaurants or home cooked foods, in Israel we don't have much fast food. We have everything. Even our fast food, what is considered fast food, like falafel and shawarma, it's like homemade food, just quick. So everything feels homemade. Everything feels with love, and everything is so delicious. I am such a foodie that I can't even think about the one thing that I love most. I love everything.
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 You know what I like very much when I go to Israel? I like to go to the shuk
Mm-hmm.
and to eat, not to sit and to eat like
Yes.
a meal. It's like to take some here, some there,
Yes.
some there.
Try from everything.
And this is my favorite part. Who is your favorite singer?
Ooh.
We both have a favorite singer. I introduced her to
Mhm.
Yevden. Her name is Odaya.
Odea.
Odeya.
Odea?
Yes.
She's
Oh
really
my gosh,
good.
I didn't know.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
Okay,
We'll put some song for you later.
okay, perfect. And you know,
I think I'm a combination of Hanan Ben Ari and Omer Adam. I'll
Okay.
go with those two.
this I'm realizing that I am getting old.
You, sir, have no room to say that when I'm the senior in this room.
You know what? Because I am going to say that Shlomo Arz
Shlomo Arz
is
is
an
amazing.
abroad.
They're good too. They're
Amazing
amazing.
So, okay, my friends, give me 4 minutes because I like to introduce to you a video that is a video that Kululam, that is an organization that they are organizing choirs, and they are singing for many people. And they on September 2024, last September, they sung a song that. Who wrote the song was Naomi Shemer, the same who wrote Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. But on 1983, she wrote the song Achagiga Nigmeret. On the Pizmon, how say Pizmon?
Course.
On the course says, לקום מחר בבוקר עם שיר חדש בלב, לשיר אותו בכוח, לשיר אותו בחן, לשמוע חלילים ברוח החופשית, ולהתחיל מבראשית. To wake up tomorrow morning with a new song in our hearts, to sing it with strength, to sing it with pain, to hear the flutes in the free breeze, and to start from the beginning. So let me show you this video that is on YouTube that you can also search, but today we like to share with you this video.
להתחיל מבראשית, מן ישראל, יוצא לדרך.
let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous. I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need, from medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
Getting ready to watch a game.
What about fixing up the house like you promised?
What you talking about?
Just the new light in the den, the new shower in our bathroom, the new fence around the yard, the front steps.
Stop! You know, I have a better idea. You know Craig down the street? He owns a company that specializes in handyman services, but he is more than just any old handyman.
Really? Would you say different strokes for different folks?
You know I will. You know why? Because he does home repairs and he does painting and kitchen remodels and bathrooms and everything else in between.
How are his prices?
Great value for great quality. You know, I think I'll invite him over and get a free estimate for all the things that I know will make you the happiest, dear.
Call Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service for a free estimate by calling 757-395-9999 today.
That's 757-395-9999. Above the rest, they show up and show out by making your vision come to life.
Okay, as you saw, a really powerful video, and also the moment that we are talking about resilience and the way that Israel can restart, and why I am bringing this video, because as I told you in the beginning, I am extremely happy, as many people. On Monday was the day in Israel where 20 hostages returned alive and in a good condition. That I don't know how many times I thank God for that, because I personally was expecting to see another thing, and thanks God the things changed, and also 7 bodies they return, and are still 19 bodies that we are still waiting. Even we are happy for, in some way, the end of the war and the release of those hostages. We are still waiting for the others 19 bodies that on Judaism we need to give to the body the opportunity to rest and to do the burial and to do the funeral and to do all the things that we need to do on our tradition. And let me tell you that since I knew this deal and when it will be the transition of the hostages to Israel, I went to bed 10 p.m. and I set my alarm 12:30 on Monday, like 0:30 a.m. And Pachi asked me, "Where are you going?" "Downstairs." "What are you going to do now?" "To watch the TV." "Are you kidding me? It's 4:30 a.m. No way." Yes.
I did the same thing.
I did exactly the same
2:30
thing.
a.m. Set my alarm.
I turned on the Arutz 12, the 12 channel in Israel, and I started to watch.
Exactly.
And wait. When they saw, they told that because first were 6, and they says no 7. I said, "Oh my gosh, miracles!" So when they told that the hostages were on the IDF hands,
Big relief, yeah.
I started to cry, and I think I didn't stop.
Yeah.
I didn't stop, and all the time watching, waiting, looking the Kikar Hatufim, the hostages square, and how did you experience this moment
So
as
this,
Israelis? Because I am Argentinian, as I told you, with my blood, with an Israeli blood, but also many people ask me, do you have relatives in Israel? I always answer the same. Yes, 8 million relatives. Because all the Israelis are my family. So, how did you live this moment?
So I think the most. So first of all, I think that it took me a long time to digest what really happened. Of course, the thing was we were so excited and happy, but it took me a long time to digest that it really happened and that they are really home. And I think the most emotional thing is watching all the videos of the hostages coming back home. It was so emotional, so amazing, and I'm really happy that they're home, but still praying for all the hostages that are still there to come back home quickly.
Amen, amen.
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 The same as you did, I went to sleep at 9 and I set an alarm for 1 a.m. And sorry, I stayed up until I had to go to work.
Yeah.
And I was at work with 1 hour of sleeping. You can ask your dad. I was at the office like dead, and I was still watching the news when I was in the office. Like I drive my car to work the morning of it, and I still had the news instead of music. And I was sitting in my office doing my work and watching, and it was a very emotional day. I was so attached to the screen. I had like 8 hours of watching the news that day, and yeah, it was amazing to see Eviatar David. He's from my city, and I followed his sister for a really long time, and I was really praying for his comeback. And it was, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. And it was very exciting. I couldn't stop crying the entire day. And at our office, we designed like our door to the office, and we had stickers of Gad Gilboa Dalal, and like bring him home and with his photo. And the first thing I did when I got to work the morning of the return, I took the sticker off. It was
so exciting.
It was so exciting, and it was a very exciting and happy day. And still, but like your dad said, we are, with all the happiness, we are still waiting for the return of the 19 diseased hostages and waiting for their safe and quick return. But yeah, very happy.
Yeah.
I think I spent the whole day crying. Not a minute of the day I wasn't crying. And it's not even sad tears. It's happy tears. It's angry tears. It's sad tears. It's every single emotion that you can feel, they were in those tears. You are so relieved for those families. We have said multiple times just on this podcast that it feels like we're all relatives. It feels like these people are my brothers that are coming home. And it feels like we know each other just by looking at each other, especially after 2 years of staring at their posters, praying for them all the time, day and night. And so seeing them returned and having and witnessing their mother hug her child, it, I think, broke everyone down. And everyone was just in such a widespread of emotions and crying. And it is crazy that after 2 years, we've been wearing the pins, we've been praying. And now we can officially say that there's no more live hostages suffering in Gaza under the tunnels. That gives us so much relief. The war's not over. We're not done yet. We still have to get these 19 out. We still have to find a way to secure peace for the residents of Israel. But to know that they aren't suffering there anymore gives us such a sense of peace and hope. And I think that their ability to last as long as they lasted in the Chevy in Gaza shows the resilience that you were talking about. The resilience to stay alive for their families, for Israel, knowing that for however many of them did have access to see their country fighting for them, many of them have come out and said, this is why I held on, because I saw you guys fighting for me. And so I didn't want to let you down. I was resilient. I stayed strong. I got home. And so this goes back on the resilience and how we are built to last.
Exactly. And thinking all that you are saying, I personally am in a dilemma. And that is unbelievable, because I didn't realize that yesterday I saw when Simchat Torah ends, I am not using on the Hagim, I am not using the social media, the cell phones, or electricity, or these kind of things. But of course, when the holidays ends, you take your phone and you see the ton of message and the chain that you have on WhatsApp, blah blah. And one of the WhatsApp groups says, "We know that you like to take out the yellow pin or the necklace, but don't forget that are still 19 bodies in Israel. Sorry, not in Israel, in Gaza. So this is a dilemma. If you have on two sides, okay, the happiness and the sadness, because we need to bring them at home as soon as possible, that they can rest in peace. But on the other hand, it's the resilience. It's the happiness that to have a day here. And here is where I think, as we talked before starting the show, were two wars. One war in Israel, in Gaza, fighting against the terrorism, and the other is the war that we fight. We fight here at the Golan, the diaspora. And here's where I think enter your role as engineer, right? So you like to tell us what is this role, why you are here, and what is the idea of to be like the people who is bringing Israel to America or to our community?
I think that our role here is to talk to everyone and everybody that is interested in listening. And so we're here as Israelis, and we're here to talk and share our side of the story. And we're here to talk and tell from our experience. And we talk about the culture in Israel and everything else that is that people want to hear about. And we're here to educate and to learn also from other people.
Like Yarden said, it's not only political and it's not only explaining about the war and about the situation. We talk about holidays, we talk about just a lot of things that culturally we do different in Israel or you don't do here at all. And we can also talk political and we can also talk about the situation. It really depends on what the people want to hear. It's like adjusting ourselves to the people that is in front of us. We are here to talk and teach and also learn from them, like Yarden said, about everything they want to hear and everything that they're interested in. And yeah.
You know, I am thinking about something that the people many times they think that when we talk about Israel, we are talking only about war. And it's not only war.
Exactly.
It's totally the opposite. Despite, as you told that we talked before the beginning, besides that, the Jewish people, the Israeli people, needed to deal with that, the war, the anti-Semitism, the anti-Israelism or anti-Zionism, and to deal with the terrorism around the world. It's not only this, but so how are you showing to the people who are many times negatives in terms of to see Israel as the aggressor? That is not that. We know that they are defending the state, defending the people of Israel, because if we are talking about the IDF, the name of the IDF says Tzva Hagana Israel.
Israel Defense Force.
Israel Defense Force. It's like not Israel Attack Force.
Yeah.
It's like defense. Israel is defending the people and also defending the Jewish population around the world, or many times are going to help in another places that they are not Jewish. So how are you telling to the people, or because you are working also with young people at the university at Hillel, or with the religious school at the synagogues? How are you leading with that?
I think that the best tool that we have is speaking the truth and speaking about facts, because Israel Defense Forces, people consider it as the most moral, one of the most moral armies in the world, and we have so much facts and stuff we can put on the table that are true, and a lot of people are feeding themselves with news from social media and from fake news, and a lot of the times people come to us with, like, people say stuff that they hear that aren't necessarily true. And we're not saying that we're professionals, but I think that if you hear it from someone who's there and who had been there and experienced it from like physically experienced it, it's better to hear it from them than to take all your knowledge from TikTok or Instagram.
Like your dad said, I think the main issue is people like watch the news from TikTok and not from the actual news. Also, like, the news might tell like fake news also, not just TikTok, but you have to search and to seek for the truth, and it's really hard. We know it's hard, and it's hard to believe to something when all the world believe in something else. It's hard to like see the facts when everyone is saying different things that they sell, like they learn from propaganda. So we know, we understand, but it's hard for them.
I think what's so amazing about this program is that it shines a light. It gets you to see a real person, not just the headlines, not just what you see on your phone. You look at a face and you see a face that's from a real country, a real person that has experienced real life things, and it humanizes everything. It takes it away from the robots and the social media and the algorithms. It humanizes the conversation. And so the things that you would see on screens or behind a keyboard, that's not necessarily what someone would say to someone's face. And so you can have these conversations, these more meaningful and human conversations, and ask these questions. And what's amazing is a lot of the times it can start in a conversation that's about the current affairs, and because you're talking to a human, and most of the times they're talking to a peer that's their age, they then travel to, what music do you listen to, and becomes much more cultural and much more personable. And so it goes down to like, what foods do you love? What music do you listen to? What is the fashion sense in Israel? So it humanizes the conversation, and it opens it up to not just be about politics, or not just be about the current affairs, and not just to be about war, because we're so much more than war. And so that's what I love about this program, and being able to supervise it has been my honor, because it allows us to have these conversations that weren't here before. It allows us to educate people on the wider aspects of Israel that we didn't have these personal conversations before. So I think these two youngly loved ladies are tools to create this cultural exchange between Tidewater and Israel, and vice versa. We have so many people going to Israel because of this program, and we have so many people from Israel, families and people that they know, coming to Tidewater, knowing what Tidewater is because of this program. So this cultural exchange that has happened because of this program, and because of the doors that it has opened, and the knowledge and the experiences that it has caused, really shines such a beautiful light on Israel and the relationships that you can have beyond war and beyond the headlines. So it's been truly amazing.
Great, and this connect me with the next step on the show that I like to ask you, because you are working at the federation, and you have a very important role that is to connect in some way, because you created this program for the federation, right? You brought this program.
I didn't bring it to the federation. My amazing colleagues had these conversations before I received this role. So roughly 2 weeks before the war broke out, I had said that I really, really want to do Israel programming. My heart was being drawn to educating on Israel, and I was very thankful that my leadership, the leadership team at the Federation listened and understood and gave me that opportunity. So we, in addition to receive in this program, I also supervise this program, which is a partnership program with the Jewish Agency for Israel and the United Jewish Federation of Tidewater. And I have been supervising it since the start of the program. But in addition, I also do Israel programming to the wider Tidewater community. So that includes our Israel Today series that we have. It's a speaker series that we bring knowledgeable Israeli speakers to come talk about everything from anti-Semitism to Israel.
On the next days.
Yes, it's on. We have one amazing speaker, journalist and author, Yaakov Katz. He was a former editor-in-chief of the Jerusalem Post, and he is such an amazing journalist. And when the war broke out, he got to researching and how did we even get to this point? And he wrote a book on it. It's called While Israel Slept. Underestimating Hamas, and we did not expect this coming. I don't think anybody expected this coming, and so he put on his journalism hat and he went to everywhere that he could, and he got insider information and was able to kind of understand how this happened. And I think the most meaningful part of it is, yes, educating us on how this happened, but also educating us on the lessons of what happened, and being able to have this upcoming conversation with him on October 23rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Simon Family JCC. It is going to be kind of a closing circle on what happened and answering our questions. All of us woke up with, what happened? How did this happen? How did we are known for having a strong army and strong military. How did this happen to us? And so he's able to answer those questions, break down the timeline of what happened, but also teach us important lessons to make sure this doesn't happen again. And for us to do our part and for us to be knowledgeable in the next steps so this doesn't happen again. So I'm extremely excited. So he's one of our Israel Today speakers. We have more moving forward.
The date and the time that the people can.
Yes,
it's free, right?
It's free, open to the community. Registration is required, but that's on our jewishva.org/Israel Today on our website. So it's on October 23rd at 7:30 p.m. at the Simon Family JCC. Yaakov Katz, author and journalist, will be here.
Perfect.
Do not miss. Do not miss.
Yes. All of us, we need to be there. So please, let's go to this event. Those are the things that I really appreciate, and it's one of the ideas of this show. Is like to show to the community what we have, because many people don't know about this event, and it's really, really important. So going through this path, this way, when we are talking about Israel, we face many times, because I am sure that the people are not understanding what is the meaning of anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism and anti-Jewishism. I don't know how how are you working with the people to tell them that, hey, you are not understanding the reality of the things. So this is my point of view. But we as a Jewish leaders and in some way teachers, we are doing the Asbara. It's like the other war that we are doing outside Israel.
That's the parallel war. We had a physical war in Israel so these past 2 years, and the parallel war in the diaspora is combating anti-Semitism, combating the false narrative, and being able to educate people and showing that Israel's not bad, Jewish people aren't bad, Zionism isn't bad. It is a good thing to have a homeland for everybody, and we just fought a parallel war for 2 years now.
Perfect. And how we are educating, for example, the young people? Because the influence that we have from the universities or the war or the TikTok or the Instagram or whatever is huge. How we can educate them?
I think we are the perfect example for that, because we are humans. We're people. We have.
Really?
We're going to talk to kids. We're talking to kids from all ages, from age 3 to college and nursing homes, and we're talking to everyone that we can. And I think connecting a face to an idea, so connecting a face to someone who is from Israel, is making it more personal. And when someone is having like anti-thoughts, when they connect a face to an idea, they're making it more personal. And then we can talk to them like a person and not from TikTok, not from fake news, from Instagram. And I think it's making the personal connection is the most important thing and the best way you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And I'll add that what's important to me is for those people to have a really safe space to come at us with all the questions they have, even the questions that they don't have anyone to ask or they don't ask Google. We want them to think that we are a source that they can reach. And a lot of people reach to us, and a lot of people we work with reach out to us, and we really appreciate that. And at the end, we are teenagers just like them. We are 18. We haven't been to college yet. We haven't been to the army yet. So I think it's good for them to have people their age to really talk to. Just have a conversation like two friends.
And maybe Nofar, you can ask. You can answer better because you have I don't like that you are old. You have more experience. More than that. What gives you the strength to keep going on this time that it's not easy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. And I think it's so funny that you say that because I saw a post that I posted. It came up in my memories from about 2 years ago, shortly after October 7th. I think it might have been October 10th or 11th. And I was so broken. And I did not know how we were continuing. I did not know how to lift my head up in order to go to the next day and the next day. And I think that it was a collective. We all felt the same way. And these past 2 years showed me that people need education. People need to see things that they aren't seeing yet. And people need the knowledge of what Israel is. And I think my love for Israel, my home country, has strengthened by hundreds of percent these past 2 years because I've been fighting for people to see the truth of Israel and for people to see its beauty and the amazing things that come out of Israel. So it has been such a priority for me. Alongside, these past 2 years have been my first experience with anti-Semitism. I had not experienced it prior, being from Israel, and then the few years that I was here prior to the war breaking up, I had never experienced anti-Semitism. I'd never seen its light. I'd never ever thought something like this can actually happen in these days. And so seeing it not go away and getting worse and worse, it was the fire that said, it won't get better unless we do something about it. And so through programming and through knowledge and education and speakers and this amazing program, we were able to change some minds. We were able to calm some hearts. We were able to bring the knowledge to whoever we can. And it's a uphill battle. It will continue, I think, for unfortunately many years to come. But we are doing our part in order to combat it. And so that's the fight that I have.
Perfect. So let me ask you a last question before we are very close to end. And let me tell you that next show, it will be November 12th. We return to Wednesdays because we changed, because all the Hagim that we had, so thanks God, the marathon ends, and we are very happy. Chag Sameach to everybody. We hope that you enjoy the holidays. But yes, next show, it will be November 12th, 10 a.m. on Facebook and on YouTube, Shmoozin with Rabbi Ari. And for the end, in 3 words, if you could send a message directly to 2 kinds of people. One, to Israeli people in Israel. And the second, to the Jewish community around the world right now. What you are going to say?
I'll start off by saying to Israel, Am Yisrael Chai. Those are my 3 words. I don't have any words that can top that. Am Yisrael Chai, the combination of those 3 words, the past 2 years, every time I hear it, makes me cry. Because it just sums it up. And for here, you are invited. You're invited to everything we do. You're invited to our tables, our holidays, our programming, our hubs, our JCCs, our federations. You are invited to come to sit with us, and we welcome you. And we are very excited to build bridges, not just within the Jewish community, but outside of the Jewish community. We welcome everyone, and we are inviting you to everything we do.
Perfect.
100% agree with her. Couldn't say it better.
Exactly.
So, before ending, thank you very, very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Was not difficult, right?
You're a great leader.
You are so nervous.
I was.
Yes, but it's like I don't like to make this bigger. But Aaron, who is the guy, he knows the numbers of the people who are watching the shows. So I don't know.
Don't tell me that.
I don't know how
Please
he's
don't.
doing that, but,
For me, it's 5
anyway,
people.
I don't know how he's doing that, but thank you to all of you. Thank you for being here. And let me end with a story that I like to share with you. A very, very short story. And I think that this story will capture everything that we talked today. A few years ago, a guide in a Negev desert told a story to a group of young volunteers who were helping plant trees in the sand. One of the boys, exhausted, came up to him and said, "Why do we keep planting if nothing will ever grow here? Look around, it's all stones." The guide smiled, picked up one of the stones from the ground, and replied, "Do you know why Israel exists? Because long ago, someone also saw only stones and decided to plant anyway." Then he added, "In Israel, stones are not obstacles, they are witnesses. Every stone holds the story of someone who refused to give up." Today, when we think about those who are still waiting, those who have returned home, those who work for peace, and those who defend Israel's truth, we remember that we are still that same people. The ones who plant even when the soil seems impossible. The desert may be harsh, but the spirit of Israel and of its people all around the world will always find a way to bloom. So, my friends, I'm Israel High. Thank you very, very much for being here. Thank you for participating on this show. Aaron, thank you very much. Thank you, all of you that you are watching. And remember, next episode it will be November 12th, 10 a.m. Wednesday on YouTube and Facebook. And remember something that is very, very important. Israel is our land, is our space, and always is, it will be. And something that we are saying always, we are not going to Israel. We are returning to our home, our house. So my friends, I'm Israel High, and may the last hostages could return home as soon as possible. A huge hug to all of you, and see you next month on another show of Shmoozin with Rabbi Ari. Thank you. Bye.